Hi there, you are welcome to Perspectives, the show that is designed to take you that one step closer to a better life. And my name is Emmanuel Utomi. You know, in Aesop's fable, The Hare and the Hound, we're introduced to the story of the hare, who on this particular day was nibbling away in the field when she noticed a hunter and a hound. And at that point, the hare thought to herself, now, these are two new predators that I will have to outwit if I am going to stay alive. And by the looks of that hound, she is much younger and by default would be faster. So as a result of this, the hare hatched a plan. So every day at supper time, just when she knew that the hunter would not be around, she would go into the field and study every path, every hole, every shortcut. And the hare kept doing this day in and day out. And then one day, one very fateful day, as the hare was minding its own business, feeding on its delicacies, the hound noticed her and gave chase. And as the chase went on, the hare would duck and turn and dodge. And before you knew it, the hare outwitted the hound and escaped. Frustrated and tired, the hound made its way back to the hunter. Just at about this time, a shepherd was passing by who had noticed everything that had happened. And this shepherd went to the hound and said, "What a disappointment of a hunter you've turned out to be. Why would you allow a hare that is much older and slower than you outwit you?" And at this point, the hound turned to the shepherd and said, "You seem to be missing out on one very fact, which is that I am running for my supper, but the hare is running for her life." Now, this is a story that is loaded with a lot of lessons, and these are lessons that we're going to be exploring in subsequent episodes of Perspective. But for today, I'd like for us to look at our first lesson, which I will title Observation. Now, the question is, what is observation? You see, observation is the action or the process of carefully watching someone or something. That is what it means to be observant, to carefully watch someone or something. And this is exactly what the hare did. That regardless of the fact that she was hungry, she was feeding, she was observant enough to notice the hunter and the hare, and as a result decided to do something about it. Now, what am I getting at? The question to you is this: have you become so engrossed in your mobile phone? Have you become so engrossed in your life that you are no longer noticing your environment? The truth is this, that some of us have become so engrossed in our lives and in the things that we're engaged in that we have literally become ignorant of what's going on in our environment. I was listening to a documentary that was given by a spy, and the spy said one of the greatest disadvantages that the common man has today is that we're not observant of what's going on around us. This guy said that that he goes into a train and he realized that everyone is either face down looking at their mobile phone or reading a newspaper. Now, it's not that it's wrong, but what he was saying was that once in a while you should look up and notice what's going on around you. You see, the truth is this: lives, relationships, careers, health, mention it. These things have been saved because someone chose to become observant, chose to notice a slight or subtle change in a gesture or in a behavior or in a speech or in a tone. In the same way, or on the flip side, lives, relationships, careers, homes, health have been destroyed, have been wrecked because someone was not observant enough. You know what? At a time like this that we find ourselves in humanity, where we're being ravaged by a pandemic. The truth is, lives are being lost left, right, and center. But my question to you is this: what are you conscious of? What are you noticing? What are you observing? Because the truth is, in the midst of this chaos, in the midst of this heartache, in the midst of this pain, are opportunities of different shapes and sizes. So, what can you see? What are you paying attention to? What are you focusing on? Because it is what you focus on, it is what you observe, it is what you pay careful attention to that will eventually govern your life. So here's the counsel I'm going to leave you with. Choose to be like the hare, that regardless of what you're doing, that you keep an eye out to observe what is going on in your environment. And as you do that, I know you are bound to notice something new, something good. Someone once said that eyes that look are common, but eyes that see are few. Choose to see beyond looking. Thank you for your time, and bye-bye.